Bid comes in from Saudi. 30 million for Thomas Partey. Do you sell him? Just on the US tour, obviously we saw the squad that initially went over there. A certain Thomas Partey was omitted, making all the rumors about, you know, a possible move to Saudi Arabia look very valid. He played the match before, which was the Nuremberg match. I believe he might have played some part in that Watford match as well. And now all of a sudden he couldn't make the US trip. Now he is there now. He went out at a later date to join the team and will probably feature against Barcelona. What's your thoughts on the whole Saudi rumors and everything? Do you think there's anything to it? Do you think he's going? Do you think he's staying? Do you think the club want to cash in on him if an offer comes along?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think the difference with the Partey deal is that we bought him in his prime, quote unquote. If we're looking at his age and the profile, etc., we bought him in his prime. So I don't think the club were looking at him thinking, you know, oh, let's try and make some sort of profit and sell him on at a certain time to recoup our money. I think it's one of those ones where it's like, this is an investment. Like we want him to bridge the gap to get us back to the glory days of Champions League and challenging for titles, which I guess to some part he's managed. But at the same time, he is 30, 31, and this is the perfect time to cash in on a player. Again, not for maybe for profit, but just for, don't want the wheels to fall off. And he's on a big wage, 200 grand or whatever like that. So I think there's definitely I think there's legs to it, sorry. I do think that if a good bid came in from Saudi, we should act on it. But after watching yesterday and just seeing the tinkering that we were just talking about now, my guy, if we lose another pillar in there, someone who knows how to play with these lot, and especially because Partey set the tone, alongside Zinchenko, in my opinion, he was at a point even more. He was the most important player in the squad. If we lost Partey, we just felt like
no Partey,
no Partey, no Partey, And I just think the bid has to be solid. I'm talking upwards of more or less what we paid for him, in and around that price for me to say okay. But even then, it's who do you bring in? Do you go for another experienced head? Are you going to bring in someone like Tchouameni? And it's for all his talent, again, he's still relatively young. He's not going to have the experience Partey does. You're not going to bring in someone like Lavia. And then obviously Rice becomes your starting player, but then you have to start learning how to play with Rice. He's going to play the game different. He doesn't spin out like Partey. He doesn't fizz balls in. It's going to be so different. So we just have to keep him, bro. One more season. Let Rice come in, bed in, learn. Yeah.
Let me pose a situation for you. We've played the Barcelona game. We've won it. Let's say we win 2-1 or something like that. This time next week, we're home back in the UK, preparing for the Charity Shield game. Bid comes in from Saudi. 30 million for Thomas Partey. Do you sell him?
It's a good bid, but it's not blowing my socks off. I feel like he's more important to us than 30 mil. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
I agree.
Maybe he's wrong. I think he's more important. That's a Granit Xhaka type bid. Go. But for Partey, I don't know. I don't think it's enough. I think if you said maybe 40, I'd probably be like, I might have to, because you're not going to get that, and you can use that money to upgrade the position or put some more age back in the position. 30, I'd probably say nah. I'd probably be like, I think he's going to be more valuable to us. Especially, I'm already thinking we're not here trying to make getting even 30 for him would be probably oh, this was unexpected. So yeah, but 30's not blowing my socks off. I still think he's too important for 30 million.
Yeah. Likewise, I think unless we're talking, and I'm being dead serious when I say about 50 million, which is what we bought him for, I don't think we sell him. even as you know, we're kind of looking at if it's a situation where Rice is at the base of the midfield and it's an Odegaard and Havertz, you know, situation that's going to be starting. I think we need him there. We 100% need him there. Same way, like I would have the 25 mil or whatever it is, 20 mil we sold for Xhaka. It doesn't move me. I would have rather kept Xhaka. They said there was maybe some either, you know, stuff from home that he wanted to move to Germany. Cool. Like we can't do nothing about that, innit? But on a regular day, if these lot just came on and said, "Oh yeah, we'll give you 21 million pound for Xhaka," after that season, I would have said, "No, jog on. We're keeping him." Like I want to, with especially with these new guys coming in, we need to build on this sort of thing. So yeah, Partey for me, I can't leave. Like Partey leaving would be like, I don't know, like, you know, when you push down dominoes and like the whole thing falls down, or you've got one little string in your jumper and you just want to pull it out and let the whole arm starts unraveling. Listen, we can't lose Partey like at this stage, like especially now, you know, we're literally weeks away from the Premier League beginning. This isn't the beginning of the transfer window, and we've got time to maybe look around, bring in someone of really good level. The people they spoke about bringing in Lavia and stuff like that. Look, Lavia is a good player, but you know, at the end of the day, he's what, 19, 20?
Yeah, I think like, something like that. Yeah.
Really and truly, if you want to come and do that, I'd rather just give Sambi Lokonga a chance. And I you know me, I don't want to do that. So, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Jorginho's there, yes. Oneni's there, yes. We cannot lose Partey, though. We can't, bruv. Like, I think the whole him staying back and not kind of joining the team is very weird. I think it's very weird because he like injured, I don't know, man. Like he played the games, he's been playing games. I do think it's very weird and something we need to be cautious about. Maybe it was him just having a conversation. I think it's been noted as well that Edu never went to US with the team. I don't know if he's there now or if he's just going to stay in England trying to offload Cedric and them man from the team. But like, yeah, maybe that was Edu staying back to try to help facilitate moves, tell Partey you need to stay or whatever the case.
Yeah, it's possible. You never know the ins and outs. I mean, I say I worry, but I just, he just seems. I think even you say, I don't know what it would take. I just feel like there's just too much. There's too much change going on in the engine room. You know, even the whole Rice, Havertz, Odegaard thing, even before our own biases come in, you just know that these are two new players. You know, you can see there's quality there, or there has been quality in those players. It's going to take a while to start building up those combinations again. You know, it's I don't know. I don't know. I worry if we sell him, especially like you said, at this point where it's now like we're firmly bang in the middle of pre-season. To let him go, to bring someone else in, I think we'll be playing with fire, to be honest, and we could unsettle the team a bit too. Not even, we will unsettle the team. I'm
here thinking of a name, like in an ideal situation. Say we had bread. Say we had another 150 million in the bank, right? Yeah. And we sold Partey for 40 mil, whatever. Who do you bring in? Say anybody. If we had that kind of money, I don't even know, like who is about.
The only person that comes to mind is, and I don't even think. Only one I would say would probably be Frankie De Jong. That's the only player that I'm not even like. I think he's cold, but in terms of, you know, we're not going to find another Partey per se. You know what I mean? Like maybe him or Caicedo. Go back
to be honest, we'll have to go back for Caicedo.
Really go get Caicedo or someone like De Jong, but his wages are ridiculous. So, you know, but just in terms of you just said pick a player, those would probably be the only two that would come to mind. That I think, they'll probably be able to make the gap a bit smaller, and they kind of can do what he does in a different way. But De Jong definitely can do all the, you know, rolling off the defender, fizzing passes. Caicedo does it a bit differently, but I think he's definitely got that in him. Man, I just...
And that's the thing. Frankie De Jong will cost you an arm and a leg, maybe in his wages, and Caicedo will cost you an arm and a leg in just getting him to the club, like in transfer fee. So Yeah, I just don't think it's something that should be entertained. From an Arsenal point of view, I can see why they're entertaining it. 30-year-old, you know, where he was very good for a large part of last season, but when he wasn't good, he wasn't playing. He was awful. Injuries, riddled with injuries since he's come to North London.
Yeah, 100.
Like, I can see why, you know, even if a solid £25 million bid, all cash, comes from Saudi Arabia, they could entertain it. Or comes from Juventus, they could entertain it. Like, I could understand why. I just don't know if this team has the minerals right now to cope in that midfield with, obviously, okay, Declan Rice, brilliant. But then beyond Declan Rice, we're looking at aging players in Jorginho and Elneny, who, you know, we all know, we all have admitted, even me that loves Elneny, 3 games on the spin to bring in and kind of plug a gap for, you know, quickly is what he's best at. You don't want to long term be relying on Elneny, because I think it takes away from the general play of the team. And Jorginho just doesn't have the legs to do it at a consistent high level. Again, can come in, help, plug a gap here and there. But it's too much of a loss if Partey walks out.
I just think, like you said, I mean, and you know what excited me was that I was thinking, like a lot of people, Rice might go left 8 and Partey at the 6. But I think even Rice being at the 6 and sharing the minutes with Partey would allow us to see the best of Partey for the majority of the season, if not all of it. Because if he's, you know, oh, you got the Champions League game, I've got the Premier League game, oh, you know, you do 60, I do 30, I do 30 minutes, you do 60. Then all of a sudden, he's not running off his feet. He's not letting people blow past him and trying to rugby tackle guys because he's got no legs left. You know, that really excited me. If we could keep that harmonious bit together, for me, this wasn't even a thing to think of. But again, when you look at the age profile, you start thinking, and now that Saudi coming splashing money. If there was no Saudi money, then, you know, this wouldn't even be a conversation, because I don't hear anyone else for him coming in for him, probably because of his wages. So, but the one positive thing I will say is Arteta did come out and say that Partey is in his plans, that he hasn't got that yet. He's very much 100% in his plans. I'm not saying to take that as gospel, because that should just be like, you know, almost like another sign to other clubs that, if you want to come, or to Saudi, if you want to come and take him from us, you're going to have to put up the peas, because we value him. We want him to be in the team. We've got a plan for him. So it's going to take some astronomical fee to pry him loose. But I want to believe that if that was the case, if he was going to go, that the player coming in would be like, right, on the phone, bang, this is how much we're putting in, you know. And to me, that would definitely have to open up the door for Caicedo, in my opinion, you know. And I think if that was the case, we could take that. That would be my ideal situation.